Surprise bot sex! Woo! Yes, I'm back. Back again. I'm back. Yeah, and feels good. Although I did make the surprise bot sex joke earlier in my Greek show, but it's a classic, so I did a pardon. So hello there, greetings and welcome back to the Asylum. Dear visitors, sorry. I meant to say, ladies and gentlemen, patients and visitors, welcome to the Asylum. I am your host, your benefactor, the man with the plan, the head doctor, and the most certified in fucked up in the head, Valk. Always a pleasure to have you around, and I suppose it's always a pleasure to have me around. Episode 2, yeah, no, I had said that there would be no schedule. I just like to wing it this time around, be it a live show or a pre-recorded one. And yeah, I wanted to make this video a couple of days ago, but I was like, I don't want to. But let's just say I got pissed off with all the bullshit I keep seeing around. So, yay, more of me. Anyway, before I go into the meat, the juicy part of the show, let me do my usual shit and warn you that there might be plenty of F-bombs and other cussing or cursing around. So if this is not your cup of tea and you don't want to clutch your pearls, then get the fuck out. Just close the tab, close the window, close the app, close whatever you're listening to. This buttery smooth voice. Although I want to apologize if my buttery smooth voice is not that buttery. I am having an issue. Either it's the mic, because when I was cleaning earlier, it did fall, and I think that it's a bit busted, or it's my headphones. Something is just fucking up the sound. But anyway, that's besides that. I want to apologize for that. I will check things later. But still, I'll try to keep my buttery smooth voice as buttery and smooth as possible, but anyway. And of course, if you want to pay more attention to the stuff I'm saying, or maybe check out some other stuff and have a chat with me from time to time, you can join my Discord server, or you can follow me on my social media, which is down in the video description down below. Shit, I suck at this. Anyway, let's get to it. Now, the title reads, Before the Election Night Fever. It's election day tomorrow here in Greece. Let's not forget that I am from Greece. I am Greek. Ne gya sas. So yeah, there is that. Well, some people are saying I'm a Russian because I have a very heavy or difficult accent. Motherfucker, are you fucking insane? We drink ouzo here, not vodka. But I digress. Anyway, let's not open that can of worms. Regardless. So it's election day tomorrow. The fever has been going on for days and days. Even months. Shit is happening left and right. And usually there's a saying, I'm studying in English, standing between a rock and a hard place. In Greek, we say there is a cliff in front of me and a really, really strong river behind me. I'd like to say there is a rock and a hard place in front of me and in the back of me, and Skilla and Harvdis are right next to me. So there is only one way to go up, but still that's fucked up because I don't know where to hold on to. So I need a hero. Okay. That was a bad one, but still. It's fucked up, to say the least. Not as fucked up as in other places, but still fucked up. You see, the only bullshit with the Greek politicians here is that the government is not always good. It doesn't matter which side it is, the left, the right, the middle, or whatever. It's the same shit here. It's everyone boils in the same pot. So yeah, But what the fuck? Sorry, guys. Okay, so I thought there was something going on with the stream. Um, you see, there's a Greek saying, "Everyone boils in the same pot." Yeah. You see, everyone loves the chair. I mean, that that goes for every politician in this fucking planet. I mean, fucking duh. But for some reason, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with those chairs. Are they made with feathers from archangels or whatever? So everyone is going to fight, is going to play dirty. They're even willing to turn off their morals even more so. I mean, some people are immoral already, but still they become even more immoral when it comes to get a position in the parliament. And that's really fucked up, even for my standards. And my standards for being fucked up are pretty high. Still. You see, whoever one party is in charge, the other parties, they do nothing but criticizing and pretty much talking bullshit all the time. Instead of actually presenting some new ideas and having a discussion, they just prefer to going against the governing body, just to go against it. It's like those edgy and angst teenagers. Yeah, it's even worse than that. Think of that on steroids. They just want to go against everything and everyone just to go against them. Like, they think that they are rebels, but they have no fucking cause. They don't even know what they're fighting for. Even when something good can happen, which is rare but still happens from time to time, they will still fucking say no to that. And that pisses me the fuck off. And not just me, even more people. And yeah. I want to get this out before the end of this, just like I did earlier. I didn't say that at the beginning of the show. I said it in the end because it took more time than I was anticipating. But anyway, I want to say something first. If you want to vote for someone, if you are especially young and you don't know some of the history of certain parties, ask other people. Form your own opinions. Don't go blindly and follow whoever is caressing your hair, patting you in the back, using that sweet voice to promise things to you. 99.9999999999999% they're fucking lying. They just want to use you. And use an example earlier. We recently had an accident with two trains colliding. 2 months, I think it was back in January. Yeah, at Tempe. It was a disastrous accident. That shouldn't have happened. But for some reason, people keep blaming the current prime minister as if it's his fault personally. It's not like it was the fault of pretty much everyone before him. It's not like he made the accident happen or he was in charge of that. There are certain services that what people don't realize is that even if there is a prime minister, let me make it more simple. Let's say that is the CEO or the head of a company or a small business. Everything is compartmentalized. It's not one person that does everything. Maybe one person can oversee some things, but not everything. Eventually something is gonna fall from the cracks, which is why certain people are in charge of things. I know that there lies a heavy burden on the person in charge. So, on the person's in charge shoulders, there is a heavy burden there. However, it's not just that person who's at fault. Let's say that I decide to rent a place, a building that was built 20 years ago, and the current owner, he has been owning this place for 1 year now. Something happens, and let's say a wall falls down and he crashes my leg. Is it going to be the fault of the current homeowner? Fuck no. Unless, of course, he didn't do anything. Why should it be his fault? Oh, it's different though, but I think that you're getting my point or not. There's nobody here to tell me if they get it or not, but still, it's not just his own the fault of the current prime minister. It's also the fault of those behind before him as well. And this is what some people don't get. But it's not always. It's not only those. It's also the people in charge of those compartments. It goes gradually up there. Saying that it's only that person who's at fault is wrong. It's factually wrong. But anyway, and like I said earlier in my Greek show, I said that while some young people right now remember this thing that happened back in 2015, let me be more precise. Okay, this happened in 2018, I think. Yeah, 5 years ago, there was a huge fire at Mati, a location at Attica, a place at Attica. Many people died. Many houses were destroyed. Things got really bad, and the current prime minister of that era was trying to deflect all the responsibility that was his fault, and he was even lying that he was in charge of everything and in the control room while he was just bullshitting around. But I digress. Still, some young people have forgotten about it, and it makes me wonder why, when one reporter mentioned it, there was nothing of that sort afterwards. I mean, nobody mentioned it again, and it got buried really deep. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? But still, back then, I'm not going to lie, I had voted for that guy to become a prime minister because it was out of frustration and desperation. Since this current party is called Nea Demokratia, and the prime minister now is Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Back then, in 2015, it was also Nea Demokratia in charge with Antonis Samaras at the helms. He was the prime minister. And out of frustration and desperation, people voted for Alexis Tsipras, the head of Syriza, and he became the prime minister. I'm not going to hide it. There's nothing for me to hide. I did vote for the guy, and I regretted it. Even till this day, I fucking regret ever voting for that guy. I had wished that my hand could just be chopped off. And I have sworn to myself that if I ever throw a cross at him, I want my both hands to be fucked up, to never be able to lift them up. I just want them to be ripped off, be unable to use them. Why? Because unlike the other people that we knew were lying, he was the worst. At least for me. This is very subjective. Why I hate him. No, not only well, it's also objective because he did lie to many people. There was a referendum. There were two referendums, and he had asked some things, and the people had voted no both times, and he still said yes. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Then there was a bullshit with the capital controls, and the summer of 2015, I had been working at the power plant, and it was so fucking bad that there was no money in the banks or whatever was happening back then, which is something that people have forgotten already. I mean, it was only 8 years ago. It was so bad that I had been working all summer long, and I got paid by the end of September. 3.5 months of working and not getting any money at all. If I hadn't had a second job that could pay me under the table, I would be pretty much fucked. And he had brought it because he had chosen to play the I'm a rebel, I'm gonna do whatever I want. He pretty much fucked the whole country up. And we're still trying to recover. We had some decent terms with all the loans and stuff from the European Commission and the European Central Bank. And after he pretty much ripped the contracts, we got back in those contracts with even harsher conditions. And he was still like, oh, it's not that bad. The previous ones did worse than us. No, motherfucker, you destroyed everything. But, and this is the subjective part, one of the reasons I hate this fucking person and I hate this politician who was in charge of the of education, this motherfucking Phyllis bastard. You see, we have the high schools and technical schools. That are pretty much the same thing, except for technical schools being more technical, as the word says. And he made it so that the people graduating from technical school, they could get a license to become an electrician or whatever. Albeit not on the same level as mine, but still, let me explain what's going on. They get pretty much a license to be able to work outside and be able to get jobs as soon as they finish school. In order for me to get my license, I had to finish high school. I had to go to my school, to a vocational school, which is sort of like a trade school. I had to get the diploma from there. Then I had to read over 600 fucking pages of questions and problems and find the solutions to them. Also read another 150 pages of questions and problems in order to give exams to the Ministry of Industry to pass two parts of those exams, the theoretical part and the practical part. And I had to pass that, and afterwards I would have to give even more exams to my county, and then I would get my license. However, things changed back in 2013, and you could get a license without having to give even more exams. You just have to send them your diploma, the results from the exams, pay some money because it was all bureaucratic bullshit, and boom, you could have a license. Now, like I said, I had to finish high school, 2 years of trade school, and pass all the lessons, of course. Learn all those fucking questions that I still fucking hate even to this very fucking day, and I still have them here. I can actually see the folder holding them. I have named the folder for fuck's sake. 750 pages. I had to read them all for the exams. I had to memorize them all for the exams. Thank fuck that I am someone who can remember things by just experiencing them once. But anyway, and I still had to pass those both parts. And we did have some strict teachers back then. Some very strict examiners back then. I did pass it with flying colors though. 10 out of 10. Fuck yeah. Regardless, so it took me some time. It took money, because I had to study. I had to pay for the school. I had to pay for my living expenses. I had to pay for the bureaucratic bullshit for the exams and everything. I had to pay to get all those copies printed to get my license. And the motherfucker finishing the fucking technical school, which is like a high school, they get the same, not the exact same license, but they get 60% of it, I think. But as soon as 2 years pass, they can get on the same level as me. I mean, they can upgrade it, and the upgraded level is the same level as if there are 3 levels. There's the assistant, the chief assistant, and the person in charge. So they can become chief assistants with the same level as me if they have 2 years of work experience. So they can just finish the fucking school thing, and boom, they got their license. And I had to bust my fucking ass, sweat blood and tears for what? For someone just get it like that. I have known people who have finished this technical school and they don't even know how to fucking connect a plug. And it fucking pisses me off. And I have sworn to myself that if I ever go to Athens and see him in front of me, I will send him to the hospital. I haven't hit someone in a very, 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 very long time. But this person, whenever I see him on TV, or whenever I hear someone talking about him, my blood boils to dangerously high levels. And yeah, I don't care if I go behind bars, but I'm gonna fucking destroy that motherfucker. But still, this is the reason that I'm not going to vote for that party. Of course, it's not like every other party is better. I mean, we have the communists, the fucking commies, the real commies. And yet, we're communists, we're going this and that, but we don't want to pay taxes. You'll have to pay the taxes and stuff for us. Motherfucker, this is not communism. It's bullshit, no matter what you think. And I was of the opinion years ago that I should vote for a smaller party. However, here's the thing with voting for smaller parties. While yes, you take power away from the bigger parties, eventually they will get hooked on the power and the position they hold. And they're going to become even worse because, you see, all the repressed anger emotions and whatever, they become even worse than the ones already in charge. And this is why even voting for a smaller party is actually worse. It's sad that no matter the country, no matter the place, we have to vote for the one who is less worse than the other. It's fucked up. But at least if you know who you're not going to vote, it makes things a little bit easier. Or does it? I don't know. Still, I did say I was going to fucking rant. So yeah. I'm not going to lie and say, I'm not going to lie, and I will say it right away. I'm afraid of what people are going to do tomorrow. Especially young people. They don't know shit. They don't care about shit. And they're going to vote for the person who pretty much fucked up Greece in those 4.5 years that he was in charge. Just because he's whispering in their ears, caressing their hair, patting them in the back, promising things that he will never do. After killing so many people, and if we had that fucker during the coronavirus epidemic, more people would have died. And it was also during his time that not only my prospects for my job were fucked up, he destroyed many more jobs as well, but all the taxes were raised during his time. And the unfortunate thing is that because of the contracts that were signed, not even if the people in this current government want to do something, they can't, because they have to abide by the contract. And even if it wasn't just the contract, they will need a way to get money to pay for stuff. So it's a lose-lose situation. Just because he signed some bullshit, the current people in charge have to suffer for it. This is what some people don't realize. But anyway, feels good to get things off my chest every now and then. After all, this is what the asylum is like. But it's just fucking weird for the head doctor to be letting things off his chest. People need to come here eventually. Well, eventually it will happen, but not during summer. It's more of winter sport, but I digress. Regardless, I'm going to make a video again, maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, whatever. I just hope that people will not fuck things up tomorrow. Anyway. Whew. Guys, I'm sorry. I quit smoking 2 weeks ago, although I had been vaping for 7 years, exactly 7 years, and 14 years smoke. And before that, it had been 14 something years of smoking. But anyway, I have quit, and I'm nicotine free for 2 weeks now, and a bit unfucking stable. So yeah, I'm a bit more explosive. Anyway. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for listening to me rumbling and mumbling and bullshitting around. I feel lighter. In English now. I felt lighter in Greek earlier, and I feel lighter in English right now. Still, I'm gonna be back within the week. I will make another video. Thank you all for popping by, whether you're listening to me live or maybe at a later date. Thank you. I hope you have a great weekend and a few nice days, and yeah. Be sure to check the video description to follow me on my social media and maybe join my Discord server. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, patients and visitors, thank you for coming to the Asylum once again. I am your host, your benefactor, the man with the plan, Valk. I'm very thankful for you. I'm hopeful that you're thankful for me. And let's do it together sometime. Okay, this was bullshit. I'm cringing from what I just said, but that's the beauty of the live streams. Anyway, that would be all. I'm out. Bye.